This is a special edition of the Mike Gallagher Show, Coronavirus in America.
We're using the full power of the federal government to defeat the virus, and that's what we've been doing.
For a while, life is not going to be the way it used to be in the United States.
As we face this national emergency pandemic, now's the time for knowledge and clarity. And this is the place to get it.
We're going into a full crisis footing. This is a wartime dynamic. We have to think about helping each other in different ways.
The president made very decisive decisions quickly.
2020 is definitely going to be one for the history books. And as we take it all in, we know that we'll get through this together. We're America. And now, here's Mike.
I don't know that we ever expected that. I'll bet we never thought we would hear on the final day of April that our hospitals are collapsing as a result of too few patients. Because all we heard when this thing started spiking and the fear and the anxiety began was that our hospitals were going to be so overwhelmed, there wouldn't be room for patients. However, in New York City, at least at one funeral home, there wasn't room for the bodies yesterday. Pretty grotesque story. Neighbors complained of a smell outside a local funeral home. Police investigated and they found dozens of bodies not refrigerated in trucks, decomposing bodies that were piled all over the place because the funeral home didn't have the room for all the dead bodies. And that's the kind of grim reminder that this isn't over. I mean, we're still going to have to battle through this. And there are going to be people who are going to die. There are people who are going to be sick. There are people who are going to be exposed to this brutal, deadly virus. U.S. Weekly jobless claims hit 3.84 million this week, topping 30 million Americans filing for unemployment over the last 6 weeks. 30 million people filing for unemployment. That, of course, is more bad news for the economy. Some good news, there seems to be some promise of a vaccine that is being worked on, or vaccines. Good news about a drug called remdesivir that is an inhibitor that stops the virus from, I guess, entering the cells. It's effective. Fauci likes it. I'm hoping, I guess, that Trump doesn't like it, because if he likes it, then everybody who hates Trump will not like the drug. That's what we're reduced to, because that's what happened with hydroxychloroquine. Be kind of an interesting exercise to see. If President Trump starts touting the potential benefits of this remdesivir, wonder what the left will do to that. They gonna vilify and demonize remdesivir the way they did hydroxychloroquine? Are they gonna? Did you hear about the guy the guy that drank the fish tank cleaner in, I think it's Arizona, with his wife? He died. She survived. There are now reports out that the police are investigating the possibility that she killed him. She's apparently, allegedly, a Trump hater. She's allegedly somebody who's been abusive towards this guy in the past. And now, allegedly, the police are investigating the possibility that it was her idea to spike his drink with the fish tank cleaner. And then allegedly concoct a big story about how they took fish tank cleaner because it said chloroquine on the bottle. And this guy thought it would be a good idea to start guzzling it down with a glass of soda. And it killed him. And of course, Orange Man bad, that's Trump's fault. Allegedly, or at least there's a possibility that that is not the narrative at all. Now, I know that'll shock you that the mainstream media got a story wrong, because that never happens. They always have it right, just like they said Mike Flynn was a crook, just like they said General Flynn wasn't set up by the FBI. Did you see those explosive documents revealed? But before we get into any of that today, let's talk about law enforcement, because I am as pro-law enforcement a person as anybody you'll meet. My foundation, my life's work is to help the families of police officers who have been killed in the line of duty, And we publish something called the First Responders Bible. First Responders Bible is a King James Bible that contains a spiritual fitness manual for first responders. We've been shipping them out because we provide them free as part of our foundation, Gallagher's Heroes, the Fallen Officer Fund, because of your support. The donations we get, a lot of people have received these first responder Bibles. Think about the horrors and the tough things that first responders have to experience every day. So I am and incidentally, for more details, feel free to go to Gallagher'sHeroes.org. Gallagher'sHeroes.org. That's the website for the Mike Gallagher Show Charitable Foundation, the Fallen Officer Fund, and the First Responders Bible. So I love cops. I admire them greatly. But if you get on the wrong side of them, it can be kind of an unpleasant experience. Check out the case out of Calumet, Wisconsin. The Calumet County Sheriff's Department is now facing a lot of scrutiny because of the actions of two of its deputies who appear to be aggressively threatening a woman whose daughter was playing at a neighbor's house, or so they said. This woman, evidently, is described as an essential worker. She lives in a kind of I guess, a little bit of a lower middle class area of mobile homes. She is somebody she's a single mom of 4, and she has to have child care or she can't go to work. Her name is Amy Aries. She told reporters her daughter was at the babysitter's house, where she goes during work hours. Check out this video, because when the sheriff's deputy showed up, she rolled her camera, and this is what it sounded like. You might want to watch it as well if you're near a computer, and you can watch the show. And incidentally, we had a little bit of a Spotify podcast issue. You've got a lot of ways you can hear the show. You can be sure to download our free podcasting at mikeonline.com. Take the show with you wherever you want, whenever you want. Pause it, fast forward it, whatever. Free podcasting available at mikeonline.com. We stream the show 24/7 at mikeonline.com, which is a way we know thousands and thousands of you listen to the show, and we appreciate that. And we do video stream every single show. So here I am in my kitchen again in the ReliefFactor.com studios, rolling away, and you can watch the show on our YouTube channel. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. You'll see a lot of the video clips from the show, as well as watch the show in progress, so you can see the clips we play, as well as see us here in our studio. Check out my wild, crazy hair that desperately needs a haircut, and my pristine kitchen behind me, because I never cook. It's just always just a prepackaged meal or carry out. That's it. That's it for the Gallagher household. So we invite you to do that. In fact, I'll give you a couple minutes to come on board if you want to watch this clip, because it's very, very revealing as these two Wisconsin sheriff's deputies are really, really hassling this lady, accusing her of violating the state order to have her child stay at home 24/7. Evidently, in Calumet County, Wisconsin, you're not allowed to let your kid go to the babysitter when you're, as a single mom, performing your essential worker duties. And if you don't have the child locked down, I guess, by herself, you're going to get in trouble with the law. We've got that video for you coming up next here on the Mike Gallagher Show. In the meantime, it's always great to connect with your voice in lockdown. We're in Thursday, April the 30th. The little bit of daylight here in Florida in terms of reopening the state. I'll give you those details. But I'd always love to hear from you. You know I do. 1-800-655-MIKE. Press 1 to come on air with me. Press 2 to leave a voicemail message. Text us your comments to the MyPillow text line, which is also 800-655-6453. I hope you join us. Welcome in to the Mike Gallagher Show, Coronavirus Day 9,300. When I hit 60, the big 6-0, I'm feeling pretty good and working hard. You know, when you are a senior, you want to belong to an organization that represents your values. You don't want an organization that's essentially a lobbying group for Obamacare. That is precisely what the AARP is. So you could do what I've done, tear up your AARP card and join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. It's the fastest growing 50-plus organization in America. We're now over 2 million members strong. And they stand for us. They fight against reckless government spending, the expanding scope of the federal government. They're small, very pro-small business, securing our borders. You need AMAC now more than ever. You join for just $16 a year. You get your AMAC senior card. You get all the benefits you'll get anywhere else. And you have an organization fighting for you and me. Join me and join AMAC. Go to GallagherforAMAC.com, GallagherforAMAC.com, or call 855-624-6229, 855-624-6229. Sign up and join AMAC today.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had a lot of really great days back to back, which has been a huge blessing. Even my doctor told me, because they asked me to bring everything in that I take on a daily basis. He was very encouraged by seeing what I was taking, and he said he didn't care how many I had. You know, he said it's food. And the form that it's in was something that he was very, because he's an avid learner, and he's always researching, and he's always excited to see new things. And he told me this would be good. This will help you immensely with the nutrition that you need.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com, and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code MikeG.
It's not a surprise to you or me or any of us. Aging, exercise, everyday life can create some pain. If you've got some lower back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, foot pain, leg pain, you have a couple of paths you could try to take. You could go down the dangerous path of pharmaceuticals. You could try to pop a lot of ibuprofen with all its negative side effects, or you could take the natural pain relief route that millions of us have, Relief Factor. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son team who rolled out Relief Factor to the world with a team of doctors, want you to try the 3-week quick start. You see, this is the product that's natural. It's made from wild-caught fish oils and botanicals. It works on the swelling that causes pain to begin with. Try it. Go for 3 weeks, $19.95. If it doesn't work for you after 3 weeks, just notify Relief Factor. You're only out $20. What do you have to lose except a whole lot of pain? ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-500-8384, 800-500-8384 for Relief Factor.
Mike Gallagher.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Maybe your heart has been gripped by fear, as millions of others have, because of this coronavirus pandemic. But I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. He knows everything about your life. You don't need to be afraid. Jesus said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. If you've never invited Jesus Christ into your heart, if you've never trusted Him as your Savior, you can pray right now to do that. Just simply pray this prayer. God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry for my sins. I believe Jesus Christ is your Son, and I want to invite Him to come into my heart, into my life. I'm willing to trust Him as my Savior and follow Him as my Lord. And I pray this in Jesus' name.
If you prayed that prayer, we'd love to talk with you. Call 1-888-388-2683, 1-888-388-2683, or visit billygraham.org.
Home is where the heart is, especially now that we've been home more than ever. Blinds.com makes it so simple to shop top-quality blinds, shades, and shutters. Yes, we needed all 3 for different rooms in our house. They have the easiest online ordering and free shipping. They helped us every step of the way, just like they've helped millions of other homeowners with free design help by phone and online. Plus, they guaranteed the perfect fit for our windows. It was a great experience, and now my home feels more comfortable than ever and looks awesome.
Consider light filtering window treatments, roller shades, cellular shades, and more from Blinds.com to transform your home into even more of a sanctuary and let the light in without giving up privacy. If you're nervous about doing it yourself, don't be. Blinds.com has helped millions of homeowners through the process. Plus, they guarantee the perfect fit. Go to Blinds.com today for your free online design consultation. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt and I couldn't pay my bills, so I reached out and contacted Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
They were able to work with my creditors. I've been able to pay off $15,000 in 18 months. It's a godsend.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
Mike Gallagher.
Mike, this is Gary in Kansas. What we're seeing with hospitals in severe financial trouble right now is just a dress rehearsal of what would happen under Medicare for All.
Well, we're seeing it's a dress rehearsal for a lot of things that Democrats would like to see. The strongest possible enforcement of the government in our lives in a way that we had never anticipated. I mean, again, let's look at this video out of Calumet County in Wisconsin. Essential worker, woman who works at she works as a property manager and home inspections, and those are continuing, of course, through the lockdown. So again, she's by definition, Amy Aries is an essential worker. Her daughter goes to the babysitter. Babysitter evidently has kids in the house. Here, listen and see and take in the exchange between these two sheriff's deputies, because she had her camera rolling the whole time.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
I'm Deputy Everhart with the Sheriff's Department. So, are you aware that we're in a stay-at-home order right now?
Yeah, obviously.
By the government?
Yes, I am aware.
Okay, you're aware of that?
I am aware.
So I don't need to explain that to you?
No, you don't need to explain that to me.
Okay, because I can if you need me to.
Go. You can because your officer was just here 2 weeks ago.
Okay, do you need me to
and
explain
he explained it to me that you guys weren't enforcing that order.
Oh, we're about to.
Okay.
So you understand it, though?
Okay, so why are you here?
Because your daughter is going to play at other people's home, and you're allowing it to happen.
They were over here as well, so
okay.
Are you here?
They've been talked to
okay.
about it. So
no, I understand.
You,
okay.
And so either you can acknowledge it or you can argue
I'm acknowledging it.
Okay, stop having your kid go by other people's home.
Okay, I acknowledged it. Anything else?
Nope, that was it. Apparently, there was some other
I
issue
acknowledged it. I acknowledged it.
Good.
Anything else?
Yeah, I need your last name. Amy, what's your last name?
I'm not. Is there a reason you're asking for it?
I'm adding you to the screen so we can document that we had contact with you.
Is there a reason for it?
Yep, because you're violating a state order, which is a...
If you let me finish, that's what I'm explaining to you. Because you're violating an order.
I haven't violated an order.
We're going to have documentation in our screen with your name because we're here talking to you about that you said you just acknowledged.
Okay.
So then there's documentation.
I would like to see the law that requires me to give you that information.
Thank you.
Because I haven't...
What is your middle initial?
I don't believe that I'm required to give that to you. Are we done here?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Your middle initial and your last name.
I'm not giving it to you. I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay. Perfect. We got it.
Okay.
And that'll be documented too that you're uncooperative.
Okay.
That'll be documented too that you're uncooperative. That's a sheriff's deputy. We're going to document your uncooperativeness. We're going to write you up. It's going to go into your permanent file. Now, these scenes are playing out all over America, whether it's on a beach somewhere, whether it's at a hair salon in Dallas, Texas. And again, I'm pro law enforcement. Police officers are kind of in the middle of this. The law enforcement officers are stuck in this, having to do what they're being told to do. But I don't know about you. I don't like any part of that. A single mom of 4, kid goes to the babysitter so she can work, and they're at her doorstep demanding to know her name and telling her not to let her kid. What's a single mom who needs a babysitter so she can go to her job supposed to do? Lock her kid up in her own house? I don't know how old the child is. Perhaps the child isn't old enough to be left home alone. Most people wouldn't want to let their little child be home alone all day when the parent is working. Of course, that's not the concern of the sheriff's deputy. The sheriff's deputies know there's a lockdown here in Wisconsin, and you better obey. You better cooperate, or we're going to write down, and you heard it. I mean, they called in, I think, her license plate, I think is how they did it, because you could hear him say, we got it. We got your name. And then the female deputy said, okay, we got it. And we're going to write down here that you were uncooperative. I really want your genuine reaction to that entire clip. And it was longer, too. And I will tell you, according to pjmedia.com, the Calumet County Sheriff's Department has followed up. They have now posted and said on their Facebook page that she's had other issues. They've been to her house before, including she was stopped for speeding. They literally now are trying to smear her, I'm sure because they're embarrassed that her video went viral. So they're going to get back at her, and they said, well, we've had encounters with her before, including giving her a speeding ticket. Okay, got to get your reaction to it. 1-800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Balance of nature, fruits and vegetables in capsule form. It's that simple. It's natural food in a vegetarian capsule. These aren't vitamins, with synthetics. These are tens of thousands of vital nutrients. A daily dose has 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables. I don't want you to wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and veggies every day can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off any new preferred order. Call 800-246-8751 and get started. 800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and be sure to use the special radio offer Mike G, Balance of Nature.
Mike Gallagher.
Right now, nothing is more important than your health, but there is something else that runs a close second. It's your financial well-being. Take credit card debt. Over time, paying ultra-high interest, making only minimum payments, and incurring other penalties comes at a huge cost. That's why it's important for you to remember Trinity Debt Management. Trinity has certified counselors standing by. They have the training, expertise, and most of all, the time to listen to your debt concerns and put you on a plan for financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your bills into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, and reduce your interest by as much as 60%. You'll save thousands and possibly improve your credit score. There's been a lot of uncertainty lately, but one thing is for sure. If your debt has you down, we should talk. So turn to Trinity and become debt-free for keeps. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Fierce Nachawati with principal office in Dallas, Texas is responsible for the content in this ad. Attention women. If you or a loved one used talcum powder for at least 4 years and were then diagnosed with advanced stages of ovarian cancer or metastatic ovarian cancer before the age of 75, listen closely. You may be entitled to substantial compensation. Call 800-991-4422. Time is limited to file a claim and we'll have to pull your medical records. You must have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer within the last 10 years. You need an attorney on your side fighting for your rights. Call 800-991-4422. One of the leading manufacturers of talcum powder has been order to pay millions of dollars in claims to the families of women who died of ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one used talcum powder for at least 4 years and were diagnosed with advanced stages of ovarian cancer or metastatic ovarian cancer that moved to other organs within the last 10 years, don't wait. Call 800-991-4422. That number again, 800-991-4422. Call 800-991-4422. Call right now.
Eric Metaxas here. Like you, I'm confined to my home, spending time with my family, and one thing we enjoy right now is watching uplifting movies that affirm our faith. But what's there to watch? Well, I have the answer. Introducing Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, a documentary that explores convincing evidence that the biblical account of the Exodus is true. Investigative filmmaker Tim Mahoney journeyed to Egypt, Israel, and throughout the world to search for answers to one very important question. Did the stories like Exodus, as written in the Bible, really happen? And the results of his investigation are monumental. Right now, you can watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus at home. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com. And immediately following the movie, a panel moderated by Gretchen Carlson and featuring Dennis Prager, Anne Graham Lotz, and me, yours truly, will provide further insight and commentary on the film. Watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, and others in the series. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com.
This is an important coronavirus update from the nonprofit Global Healthy Living Foundation. Do you or a loved one live with a chronic illness? If so, you and your family may be at a higher risk for contracting the COVID-19 coronavirus. The Global Healthy Living Foundation has made free information and support available for your protection and well-being. Go to ghlf.org to enroll in their free patient support program to get updates and information related to the coronavirus outbreak. Protect yourself and your family. Visit ghlf.org today.
Thank you, Doc. Portions of our show brought to you by Fellowship Home Loans. Call 800-510-MIKE or fellowshiphomeloans.com. Fellowship Home Loans, welcome home. Lots of hundreds and hundreds of stories related to coronavirus. And one of those, of course, is a great, great fear of the erosion of our civil liberties. Just got a text message from a state trooper. Don't want to identify where. I can say it was a state trooper in South Carolina. And on the MyPillow text line, he writes, "You're right by saying the police are doing what they are being told, but these officers in the video you played went too far without asking why the child was over there. They're the ones that look like idiots." I'm glad she stood her ground because this whole stay-at-home order has gone too far. That's a state trooper. And, you know, it's a funny thing. I kind of cringed only because for me, and I think for any law-abiding citizen, getting crossways or sideways with law enforcement is a terrible experience. I can't imagine what that must feel like to have a police officer or a sheriff's deputy sort of look at you and regard you as doing something wrong. I was thinking about this salon owner yesterday. You got this hair salon lady in Dallas who's in this big battle. She just feels constitutionally she can open her store. She's taking enormous precautions, masks and face shields and sanitizing. And of course, the stay-at-home order and the lockdown in Texas prohibits her from doing this. So she's kind of leading a charge against the system. And yesterday they showed up with about 20 TV cameras in tow. It was a big media thing. It was like a perp walk where they showed up and served her papers, giving her a temporary restraining order to order her to shut her salon down. And she's not going to do it. But, you know, I'm thinking, here's a lady in Dallas, Texas, who owns a business. Her point is, I've got people who rely on me. I need this business to survive. I've spent, this is my life's work. This is my company. This is my job. This is my livelihood. And we're being careful. If people want to come here to get their hair cut, and I'm willing to give them a haircut, how can you tell me I can't operate? And there's the police showing up. Are you Shelley, blah, 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 Salon a la mode? Oh, yes, officer, I am. What's the problem? You are hereby served. I mean, and here's this lady taking a video. What did I do? Her kid, according to PJ Media, according to them, according to Megan Fox at pjmedia.com, the woman who took the video explained that her daughter was at the babysitter's house where she goes during work hours. And then the Calumet Sheriff's Office put out a strange and long-winded response on Facebook that shows their history with her, including getting a speeding ticket. One time, a deputy was at a neighbor's mobile home looking for a runaway, and the woman's daughter was over there and sent home. So I don't know. I mean, the whole thing gives me a headache. Zach, we'll start with you here. 800-655-MIKE, our toll-free number here in the ReliefFactor.com studios. 800-655-MIKE. Hey, Zach, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Good morning. Not good morning. Hello from Alaska.
Okay. Cal's out of that barn. Go ahead,
yeah,
Zach.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
That was ugly and preposterous. Disgusting.
It's a little jarring to see it, isn't it? It's a little shocking.
Unfathomable. I mean, the lady's making a living, and it's just being demonized for going to work and taking care of her child.
It just doesn't resemble the America we know and love. And frankly, nothing about this has. Now, again, we've said this from day one, and I've reminded you, I give you numbers, body counts, a lot of deaths around the country and around the world. It's a dangerous, frightening, ugly, contagious virus. But never in the history of the country have we responded this way. And we've all just sort of accepted it. And I don't know that there's an alternative, but it feels like we have complied following data that has been all over the road. They've changed the goalposts repeatedly. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Now you need to wear a mask. This drug can work. No, Trump likes it now. This drug doesn't work. The other thing about this remdesivir drug versus hydroxychloroquine, one of the joys of finding out that hydroxychloroquine was working with some people, and it has. I know for a fact it has. You can look it up and talk. You can meet people who swear that the drug, the hydroxychloroquine and Z-Pak saved their lives. I have somebody personally in my life, a friend for many years, somebody I used to work for, who says without hydroxychloroquine, he doesn't think he'd be alive today. And yet the left and the Trump haters have vilified it because the media, every single time they say hydroxychloroquine, they always include the phrase, the drug President Trump touted. I'll bet you there's a big difference between, and one of the things we found out about this anti-malaria drug is it was cheap, widely available, and very inexpensive. How much you want to bet remdesivir isn't cheap and widely available? Why do I have this hunch that the drug that Anthony Fauci is now very excited about, and he was very, very optimistic about remdesivir in the Oval Office yesterday. He was asked about it, and boy, he sure sounded way more enthusiastic about remdesivir than he did hydroxychloroquine. Listen.
The data shows that remdesivir has a clear-cut, significant positive effect in diminishing the time to recovery. This is really quite important for a number of reasons, and I'll give you the data. It's highly significant. If you look at the time to recovery being shorter in the remdesivir arm, it was 11 days compared to 15 days. And that's a p-value for the scientists who are listening of 0.001. So that's something that, although a 31% improvement doesn't seem like a knockout 100%, it is a very important proof of concept, because what it is proven is that a drug can block this virus.
So, I guess he didn't like the data on hydroxychloroquine that we were all reading, the studies, the little studies that the guy was taking on Long Island, and the studies they did in Canada, and the studies they did here, and the studies they did there. He kept saying, well, you need a lengthy clinical trial. So why don't you need a lengthy clinical trial for remdesivir? I'm a little, again, moving goalposts. Change the goal line. Oh, well, you know. And again, heaven forbid Trump starts touting remdesivir. I picture this conversation that Anthony Fauci has behind closed doors with the president. Now, Mr. President, please don't even mention the drug. If you say anything about it, they're going to start bashing it, and they're not going to want to take it because they don't like you, Mr. President. So don't say anything about it. That's where we are. That's where we are. Oy. 18 minutes before the hour, 800-655-MIKE. Just got a text message. You see, this audience, you know me. Many of you have listened for years. You know my weaknesses. You know, hopefully my strengths. You know that my wild hair right now is making me crazy, and I want a haircut so bad I can taste it. I hate not having a haircut. It's probably kind of an OCD thing for me. Marlene from Minnesota, right? Mike, watching you on the stream, you're starting to look like Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, I think I look like I stuck my finger in a light socket because my hair is too long to get, to be normal, but then it's too short to kind of flatten down or whatever. I'm in trouble here. It's making me crazy. Todd works for a hair salon in Georgia and says things are going really well there. Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Hey, great, Mike. Just want to let you know, here in Georgia, the governor let us open some salons, and we're following the protocols, and so far, so good. We're actually the only business open at this mall, and the whole, Von Maur, Nordstrom's, everything is shut down, but they've agreed to let us open, and we just check in people. So only
how do you check them in, Todd? What does the process look like for somebody to come to your place to get a haircut?
Well, they just come in, and we have a list of the people with appointments, and we just check them off so that only the people getting services are going in, and then the entrance we're using goes right to the salon, so it's cordoned off. Right. And then they have we have a thermometer checking temperatures. Everybody has masks and gloves, and we're keeping the place very clean. So the joke around here.
I saw one salon they were using, I think in Albany, Georgia. They're using face masks, like those face shields. You guys have masks or the plastic face shields?
Right now, we're just sticking with the mask, but we've got some face shields that are coming, and
gotcha.
We're just the hot water, the soap, keeping everything clean. Only so many stylists are wanting to come in, so that's helping. So we've got distance between the chairs. And
are you busy, Todd? I mean, is there a big demand? Wow.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. We've been booked solid. I mean, the joke around here is that the governor's wife really needed her hair done. So.
And that'll get the doors open. So where are you in Georgia, Todd?
We're at Perimeter Mall. The name of the salon is DASS, D-A-S-S Salon at Perimeter Mall, one of the biggest malls in Georgia.
But I mean, are you in the Atlanta? Is that Perimeter Mall's in the Atlanta area, right? Yeah, because I recognize it when I've been there. Wonder how long it takes me to drive from Tampa to Atlanta. I think that's a long drive. If I make the drive, do you think you could squeeze me in?
Oh yeah, on the house, no problem. We'll give you. We just gave
you guys a plug in front of millions of listeners all over the country. So that's got to be. I mean, I'll pay for the haircut, but at least give me an appointment, right? If I call.
Exactly.
Well, listen,
we're grateful for the opportunity to
and I'm grateful you're open. I'm glad you guys are working and getting and getting some revenue. Are you nervous about the process at all, Todd, or are you pretty confident that you're going to be safe?
I'm confident. I'm just keeping clean and keeping my immune system strong, and we're taking proper precautions. And you can't walk in fear and walk with the Lord at the same time. So
Amen.
We're just gonna keep our heads up and carry on. And
all right, there you go, Todd. Simple. Todd at the Perimeter Mall. Say it again, DASS.
Yes, sir. DASS, D-A-S-S.
D-A-S-S, the DASS Salon, famous hairdressers, Perimeter Mall, and they are fighting the good fight and cutting hair and masking up. And let's look that up, Eric. How long does it take? If I get started today, I could get there by Saturday. You got somebody to do the show for me tomorrow? I got to get a haircut. 800-655-MIKE. More coming up on this busy Thursday, April the 30th. Coming up, the president talked about the economy yesterday and pledges that we're going to get this great economy back again. Sad news. Now over 30 million Americans on unemployment. Holy cow. Don't go away. The Mike Gallagher Show continues. Don't forget, you can download our podcast at MikeOnline.com. You can also take us with you everywhere you go 24/7. We just did a big research project apparently, and man, at-home listening is through the roof, and you're listening on all your devices. You're listening on Alexa. Don't forget the Mike Gallagher Show app. You can get it for your smartphone. Take us with you wherever you go. Largely working from home. But see, when you're a mortgage lending company, that's the new normal. You got a computer in front of you, you got a phone, and a lot of people are taking advantage of these historic low interest rates. You need a mortgage, refinancing needs. Maybe this is the perfect time to find out if you can shorten your term with a dramatically lower interest. Think of the money you'll save. Or reduce your credit card debt with a cash-out refinance. The folks to call, the only place I ever recommend, Fellowship Home Loans. Call 800-510-MIKE. We've set up a special toll-free number just for these great folks. 800-510-6453. Or go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/MikeG. These are tough times. We're in the thick of it, but we're a tough people, and we are going to get through this. And even now, Fellowship Home Loans remains open, standing with you for a better tomorrow.
Intercontinental Capital Group, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender, MLS number 60134.
Mike Gallagher.
Wow, how the world has changed in just a few short weeks. If there is one thing COVID-19 has taught us, is good hygiene. Wash your hands more often and wipe down frequently touched surfaces. Unfortunately, we also face another problem that has been around us since, well, time itself. Rodents. G'day, I'm Scott from Plug-In Pest Free. Rodents usually carry diseases with them we do not want around us. Treating the problem the old-fashioned way with baits and traps only causes the problem to continue. Baits invite rodents in when you really should be trying to keep them out. So how do we keep them out? With Plug-In Pest Free, an electromagnetic device that utilizes the electrical wiring in your home to set up a no-go zone. Now that's fair dinkum. Look us up at gopestfree.com today. Use promo code SAVE20 for 20% off. That's gopestfree.com. Promo code SAVE20. Don't spray and regret. Plug in and forget.
With the coronavirus restrictions, the Prager Store warehouse will be unable to ship items for a couple of weeks. So, I want to mention this. If you are wanting to listen to any audio program in the Prager Store without waiting for it to be sent to you, let me recommend joining Pragertopia Unlimited. In addition to being able to listen to my radio show commercial-free, Pragertopia Unlimited members can listen to any and all audio programs that are in the Dennis Prager Store, over 1,000 hours of streaming audio, almost everything I've recorded over the last 20 years, show segments, talks, lectures, courses, plus you'll have full access to all 5 books of my Torah teachings. It's all on demand. Stream any program, anytime on your phone, iPad, or computer. Plus, everyone who joins Pragertopia Unlimited gets a coupon code for 50% off an autographed copy of the Rational Bible, Genesis. Join Pragertopia Unlimited today. Go to pragertopia.com.
She's such a beautiful little puppy. I mean, we walk around the block and neighbors always say, her hair is so beautiful.
Healthy and shiny and glossy. DINOVITE.com.
Fatty acids, omega-3s, and omega-6s are great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
I would really recommend people starting their puppies on Dinovite before they get into what I would call the misery index. bad skin, bad ears, bad breath.
Because if they're getting all their vitamins, micronutrients, microbials from the beginning, then you're not going to run into the problems associated with the allergies,
grass, pollen, dust, dirt, fleas, ticks, you name it.
and the itching and shedding down the road.
Our vitamins and enzymes replace the nutrients cooked out of most commercial dog foods.
Dynavite for life.
This is Ed Lukasevic
and Cindy Lukasevic,
inviting you and your pets to Dynavite.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
This is Dennis Prager, and my friends, they're at it again. The left is doing its best to silence ideas it doesn't like. Hollywood does not want you to see my film, No Safe Spaces, which is why you won't see it on Netflix or Amazon Prime. But now you can watch No Safe Spaces for a limited time at nosafespaces.com. It's time to fight back and protect freedom in America. See No Safe Spaces. It is a great film starring me and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com.
My Pillow, actually, you've shown the love to all of our advertisers, and we're so grateful. My Pillow, buy one pillow, get the second one free, the Supima Cotton. MyPillow.com, promo code Mike G. My Pillow, a great American company. He loves this country. He's making face masks for hospital workers. Thank you for supporting My Pillow. MyPillow.com, promo code Mike G, or call 800-928-6034, promo code Mike G. Buy LifeLock. Call 800-LifeLock or head to LifeLock.com. Use the promo code Gallagher for 25% off. You got to have LifeLock. By the Oxford Club, go to OneStockRetirement.com for great investment opportunities. OneStockRetirement.com. By BestHotGrill.com. Get a quote on a Solaire infrared grill, gas log sets, or Bromic patio heaters. Do it by today, and you're going to be able to lock in a quote. Good for the rest of the year. BestHotGrill.com. BestHotGrill.com.
Thanks for being there for us, just like we promised to be here for you. And thanks for supporting our sponsors. Together, we'll beat this and be able to appreciate an even stronger country than ever before.
Incidentally, we've, speaking of BestHotGrill.com, I had a conversation, an extended chat with Rhett Rasmussen from BestHotGrill.com. What a great company. They've been around forever. And we are doing something now called Mike's Kitchen Chats. So we've already had great conversations with the CEO of Noble Gold, with Dr. Howard from Balance of Nature, with Rhett Rasmussen from BestHotGrill.com. Who else am I missing, Eric? We've got a couple of others, and we're working on some more next week. They're really kind of neat, sort of, you pull back the curtain, and a nice, extensive one-on-one chat with some of these businesses and companies and how they're coping through the coronavirus crisis, what they're doing for their businesses, how they're making a difference, and you might want to check it out. We've really enjoyed doing these conversations. So check it out, MikeOnline.com, and also on the Mike Gallagher Show YouTube channel. Check out Mike's Kitchen Chats. We've really enjoyed doing these. Lita, you're up on the Mike Gallagher Show. How are you, Lita?
Good, Mike. Good. Hey, I've been listening to your callers, and I listened to that clip with the poor woman in Wisconsin with the police encounter, and it makes me realize a couple things. There's a lot of overreach going on in majority blue states. I'm finding when I watch and I listen to these stories, and the other thing is when I talk to other business owners and people that are ready to get back to work, they know what they need to do in order to protect their people and their businesses and their customers. And that's the thing that is, amazing and great about our country is that entrepreneurs and small businesses and even big businesses, they're prepared and they're
you make
ready.
a great you make a great point, Lita, about the guts you have to have already to be a small business owner. There's so much on the line, and it takes guts to say to a police officer that you feel is overreaching. On the other hand, I love cooperating with police officers as much as I can. So that's part of it. It's all part of the trade-off. It's a tough thing to manage. Coming up, President Trump says he's not extending the federal social distancing guidelines. What does that mean? He says these guidelines will be fading out. We'll tackle that and more. Stick around. The Mike Gallagher Show continues. Coffee. If you love coffee, you will flip at the taste of Honor Bound Coffee. And Pete and Seth are committing 100% of the profits for their new company to bless our beloved military families. That's right. With your very first order, you will be honoring military families. Honor Bound Coffee is premium, fairly traded coffee. It's the top 1% of coffee. It is delicious. It's great. They've got medium, dark roast, decaf. Go to honorboundcoffee.com, and to get you started, order one bag and you'll get the second bag absolutely free. 2 bags for one currently at honorboundcoffee.com. Great coffee and giving back to our military. honorboundcoffee.com.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
Mike Gallagher.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. If you have found yourself stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. It must have been such a surprise to find out something you were told had value has none at all. Thankfully, we can help. Let us do for you what we continue to do for thousands of others. Our process is done legally, ethically, and quickly. We have an excellent success rate and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are family-owned, and I have my son Tyler here with me. Tyler, why don't you talk about what makes Lone Star Transfer different from any other company?
Great, I'd love to. Our customer service is second to none. We guarantee in writing a specific time frame in which we will get you out of your timeshare unlike any other company. We will personally make sure your experience is a pleasant one.
Let Lone Star Transfer give you peace of mind. Give us a call today for a no-obligation consultation at 844-284-4863 or online at lonestartransfer.com.
See the strongest possible enforcement of the government in our lives in a way. See the strongest possible enforcement of the government in our lives in a way that we had never anticipated, because they're embarrassed that her video went viral. So they're going to get back at her, and they said, well, we've had encounters with her before, including giving her a speeding ticket. Okay, got to get your reaction to it. 1-800 Okay, got to get your reaction to it. 1-800. Including giving her a speeding ticket. Okay? Her video went viral. So they're going to get back at her, and they said, well, we've had encounters with her before, including giving her a speeding ticket. Okay, got to get your reaction to it. Okay, got to get your reaction to it. See the strongest possible enforcement of the government in our lives in a way. See the strongest possible enforcement of the government in our lives in a way that we had never anticipated. The government in our lives in a way that we had never anticipated. I mean, again, let's look at this video out of Calumet County in Wisconsin. Essential worker, woman who works at she works as a property manager and home inspections, and those are continuing, of course, through the lockdown. So again, she's by definition, Amy Aries is an essential worker.
This is a special edition of The Mike Gallagher Show, Coronavirus in America.
We're using the full power of the federal government to defeat the virus, and that's what we've been doing.
For a while, life is not going to be the way it used to be in the United States.
As we face this national emergency pandemic, now's the time for knowledge and clarity. And this is the place to get it.
We're going into a full crisis footing. This is a wartime dynamic. We have to think about helping each other in different ways.
The president made very decisive decisions quickly.
2020 is definitely going to be one for the history books. And as we take it all in, we know that we'll get through this together. We're America. And now, here's Mike.
We've never suffered from a lack of content on this show, and certainly during this national and worldwide emergency, we have more material than we know what to do with. The challenge is to get it all in. Some days I come into this broadcast, I started to say I come to work, and that means I walk from the bedroom into the kitchen and plop down. Actually, there is a lot of preparation to get everything ready for you. Not that you care, but if you are a bit of a radio geek or you love radio like I do, you should see all the soundproofing, the temporary soundproofing that is all around me, and it's all temporary. We're not in a studio. We're in my kitchen, in my condo in Florida, where we've been for, well, many weeks now. How long have we been here, Eric? 6, 7 weeks? I mean, 6 or 7, I think, and every day there's a process. If you saw the setup here, because it looks pretty good on the camera, right? You see me in front of my kitchen. I'm actually in the dining area. We have the camera rolling every day on our YouTube channel at mikeonline.com, or you can stream the show, see the video clips. But what it looks like outside of the camera's view is so tacky. These giant soundproof things that Eric sent me, there's 4 of them that I feel like I'm like in the chamber of horrors. I got these soundproofing things all around me, and then I went and got. This is me now. I went to an open Walmart in Florida and bought is it called batting? I think it's batting that you stuff into a quilt. People who make quilts would know this kind of stuff, but it's like the white, thick material you put in the quilts, and I've got it draped every day because I have this giant light fixture over my head, and it was bouncing off all the sound. So now every day I wrap the batting around the lights above me. It's ridiculous. I look like a lunatic. I look like I have absolutely lost every day. Before I start the show, I look like I've lost my mind. I'm on top of the table. I'm draping, and I don't want to leave it up when I'm not doing the radio show because it's so ugly. So we're putting a lot of work into it all, and we're glad you're here every day. We never have a shortage, as I said, of things to cover. Important news, sometimes really bad news. Over 30 million people now are out of work officially on the unemployment rolls. First-time filings for unemployment insurance hit 3.84 million last week. We now are up to over 30 million people. That's the rolling 6-week total, 30.3 million as part of the worst unemployment crisis in U.S. history. It is now officially the worst unemployment crisis in U.S. history. And Americans are starting to get frustrated on a lot of things. Americans are frustrated about draconian orders that are designed to keep us safe but are crushing the country. As you just heard in the open with Tucker Carlson last night pointing out, Rich Lowry wrote this piece in National Review the other day, we've crushed our hospitals. We've strangled the life out of our hospitals because we were so convinced and told that all the hospitals would be so overflowing with COVID patients outside of New York and New Jersey. That didn't really happen. And now the hospitals are dying on the vine with the rest of the economy, because with people not wanting to go to the hospital to get treated, the hospitals have lost all that revenue. They're laying people off, furloughing people, firing people in the hospitals because they're in big trouble economically. The movie industry, of course, is in big trouble. I started my day with a friend of mine kind of criticizing AMC and the Regal cinema chains because they're boycotting Universal. Universal had a big movie, I don't know, Trolls on, what is the movie called, guys? Trolls On Patrol or something. It's a movie about trolls, I guess. And instead of taking it to the movie theaters as Universal was going to do, they streamed it online. And they've made over $100 million. They did better streaming it online than they would have apparently at the theaters. Well, the theaters are saying, wait a minute, you've left us high and dry. We had an agreement. When the theaters are going to open, that was maybe going to be one of our big movies. But this is the new normal. We're going to find this after this goes away. We're going to see that a lot of things might change. Are movie theaters going to go out of business? Because the movie companies are going to take it directly to people to stream for a fee. Look at the success that we've had with No Safe Spaces. This incredible movie with Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. It's a brilliant, brilliant exploration of the way the left silences speech. It was the #1 political documentary of 2019. Well, we now have it available for you to do the same thing. You can go to nosafespaces.com. You can watch it for a limited time. You can watch No Safe Spaces on demand for $19.99. DVDs are $19.99 on demand, plus a DVD, $29.99. And right now you'll get 25% off that price when you go to nosafespaces.com and use the discount code SAVE25. You get a quarter of the price off, right? Like that. So we're doing these things. We're thinking differently. Working from home is going to become an absolute new emergence of coronavirus. I'm convinced of this. I mean, why in the world, if you can keep your business going and you can work from home, companies can save a lot of money. We're going to save, the commute, no gas to drive 30 minutes into the office. If you can work as effectively and listen, I like going into the office. I've had the kind of job where over the years I've been able to work from home. Remember, if you remember years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I had my hip replacement. And I think within 2 days I was back to work because I got wheeled into my living room and sat on the couch and did the radio show after hip replacement. 2 days. I think I missed, well, that's right in there. I think I missed 2 days of work and I had a total hip replacement because I could work from home, didn't miss a beat. When Denise was sick, I was at home, taking care of her, running down the hall on commercials, giving her a kiss, checking on her, running back, talking about politics or whatever we talked about. So that's part of the new normal. What's not normal are some of the stories we're seeing just out of the headlines that are stunning. Are you ready for this? This Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer, she's announcing a program that would provide free college for people who've worked at grocery stores or childcare providers or people like delivery drivers and healthcare and hospital and nursing home workers. Free college, tuition-free education. You see, and I read this, I thought, no, this isn't really right. We honor these workers like never before. We should be so grateful for the courage, the strength, the resilience of these tough people who are putting themselves in harm's way. Well, Gretchen Whitmer thinks that free college is the way to thank them. Now, free college, of course, is a rallying cry for Democrats the land over. How many times we hear Hillary talk about free college, and I'd come back on the air and I'd say, there's no free college. You think the professors get paid from the tuition ferry? Do you think that the buildings are run by the money tree out in the backyard? We'll pay for that. It is, of course, a way for the government to pay the costs of people who want to go to college. Gretchen Whitmer said, the Futures for Frontliners program is our way of saying thank you to those who've risked their lives on the front lines of this crisis. This program will ensure tuition-free college opportunities and give these dedicated Michiganders an opportunity to learn a technical certificate, associate degree, or even a bachelor's degree. I want to assure our workers will never forget those of you who stepped up and sacrificed. I mean, I would agree with her that we should never forget the sacrifice of these essential workers. But this program that would offer free college is a result, I can guarantee you, of what it feels like when people are getting checks and money and unemployment enhanced benefits, including $600 extra a week. One of the big worries that Republicans dared to mention was that in many cases, people are making more on unemployment than they were making in their regular job. The administration said, well, that's kind of a byproduct of the way this happened. We had to do this so quickly and we didn't have time to formulate it. Well, okay. There were plenty of negotiations that went on between the Republicans and the Democrats. And my heart goes out to anybody who's been laid off, who's been furloughed, who's out of work, for crying out loud. If you make more money, and this is becoming a big concern, you make more money on unemployment for months, make it all through the summer, whatever, the next 3, 4, 5 months, whatever it's going to be, than you made in your job. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that there might be some people who don't want to go back to their job. There might be some people who like not having to go get up and take a shower and shave and drive into the office and come back. They like being home and make more than they were making in their own job. Is that a reasonable question? A lot of really, really weird things coming out of all of this. 1-800-655-MIKE. Welcome in. Welcome back to the kitchen. It's Thursday. It's the final day of April. We're in May tomorrow. The weeks keep flying by. We're in the ReliefFactor.com studios. I hope you join us. What's your reaction to all of this? 1-800-655-MIKE. Press 1 to come on air with us. Press 2 to leave a voicemail message. You can always text us your comments on the MyPillow text line, which is also 800-655-MIKE. We want to hear from you, your voice, your perspective, coming up here on the Mike Gallagher Show. Like rolls of toilet paper or, spray cans of Lysol. How about the phone soap? It's a box. It's an electronic box. You put your phone inside it. For 10 minutes, your phone is 99.99% sanitized of germs. It kills germs like E. coli, salmonella, the cold and flu virus. 10 minutes. Now, listen, demand is at an all-time high, obviously, for obvious reasons. Think about all the germs that collect on your phone. Phone soap is something I've had for a year. I've got it on my bedside, and Eric and Pavlina have one in the New York studios. We use it every single day, and it's not just phones, by the way. Money, remotes, whatever else can fit inside will be sanitized by these UVC lights. This UVC light, a patented and clinically proven technology. Here's what you want to do. Go to phonesoap.com. Be sure to use the code Mike G, and you'll get a spot on their pre-order list. And when it's shipping, and incidentally, I found out yesterday, they're shipping a little pretty much ahead of schedule, but it is a list. It's a pre-order list at phonesoap.com. You'll get free shipping when you enter the promo code Mike G. Phonesoap.com. Be sure to enter the promo code Mike G. Phone Soap, the original patented and clinically proven UVC phone sanitizer.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
For many people, now's the time to refinance your mortgage. There's one company I recommend, the only company I'll ever do business with, Fellowship Home Loans, because I know the kind of work they do. It's in their DNA. They go the extra mile. They never treat you like just a cog in the wheel or a number. You know how that process can go, right? With the big banks, you just kind of get lost in the shuffle. I've been down that road many times. That's never the case with Fellowship Home Loans. And they want to remind you to be careful, be safe, but now may be the time to call them to investigate your options. Interest rates are at historic lows. Think how much money you could be saving, putting right back into your pocket. We have a special number set up for Fellowship Home Loans. You'll know 2 or 3 minutes into the call that you called the right place. Fellowship Home Loans, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453, or go online to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. Fellowship Home Loans.
Intercontinental Capital Group, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender, MLS number 60134. Mike Gallagher.
Relying on monitoring your credit to help protect your identity?
Here we are as an innocent zebra scans the sea of tall grass.
That's like being an unsuspecting animal at the watering hole.
The zebra doesn't spot the stealthy lion and his big white teeth.
With your personal information in so many places and data breaches on the rise, thieves could pounce on your information to steal your identity and feast on your hard-earned money.
The lion leaps. And it doesn't look good for the zebra.
That's why LifeLock monitors for use of your personal information, detecting a range of threats. If there's a problem, one of our US-based specialists will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, you don't have to be a sitting duck. Right now, save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com and enter promo code SMART. That's 25% off when you enter promo code SMART.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Maybe your heart has been gripped by fear, as millions of others have, because of this coronavirus pandemic. But I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. He knows everything about your life. You don't need to be afraid. Jesus said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. If you've never invited Jesus Christ into your heart, if you've never trusted Him as your Savior, you can pray right now to do that. Just simply pray this prayer. God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry for my sins. I believe Jesus Christ is your Son, and I want to invite Him to come into my heart, into my life. I'm willing to trust Him as my Savior and follow Him as my Lord. And I pray this in Jesus' name.
If you prayed that prayer, we'd love to talk with you. Call 1-888-388-2683. 1-888-388-2683. Or visit billygraham.org.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. If you have found yourself stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. Let us help you. Our process to get you out is done legally, ethically, and quickly. We have an excellent success rate and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Let our family at Lone Star Transfer give you peace of mind. Give us a call today for a no-obligation consultation at 844-284-4863 or online at lonestartransfer.com.
Thanks for being there for us, just like we promised to be. Thanks for being there for us. Mike Gallagher.
There we go.
Yeah, Mike. One point I wanted just to make is not only are the people getting an extra $600, but isn't the SBA loans for the small business owners contingent upon those workers coming back to work?
Hey, Mike, this is John from Long Island. Just one clarification about unemployment. Your employer has to approve of it before you even get unemployment. So if your employer calls you back to work and you refuse to go, he can notify unemployment that that he no longer approves your unemployment because he offered you the opportunity to come back to work and you refused.
These are all reasonable questions. How about the question about Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan promising free college tuition to essential workers like healthcare workers, grocery store employees, Uber Eats drivers, people who have been on the front lines? Here's Ed in Michigan, wants to respond to Governor Whitmer's latest. Hey, Ed, welcome. How are you, sir?
Good, Mike. How you doing? I listen to you often.
Thank you.
In this, and I listen to you while I work on fixing all my laptops over here for another government agency.
Gotcha.
Whitmer seems to be hell-bent on taking this state back to socialism. Seems like before the union movement, from what I've heard, was not alive back then. It was much rougher, much more independent, and now, and since the unions and the UAW movement went in, it has gone more towards socialism. But now that the big three are crashing, it's like, oh, we want everybody to be able to stay home and do what they want to do and keep paying it. And as this old farm boy in Michigan is used to, I just keep plugging away and working away.
Yeah. You got to keep your head down and work away. I hear you, and this is something that I think Democrats have waited for, an opportunity. You know what they say, they never want to miss an opportunity to maximize a crisis or something like that. I hate vegetables. So that's why I've got no problem taking my daily dose of Balance of Nature. It's natural food in a vegetarian capsule. These aren't vitamins made with synthetics. These are tens of thousands of vital nutrients from 100% whole food plants, fruits, and veggies. Start your journey with me today. Call 800-246-8751. They're offering free shipping and 35% off any new preferred order of fruits and veggies. 800-246-8751, or just go to balanceofnature.com. Use the promo code MikeG.
Mike Gallagher.
Home is where the heart is, especially now that we've been home more than ever. Blinds.com makes it so simple to shop top-quality blinds, shades, and shutters. Yes, we needed all three for different rooms in our house. They have the easiest online ordering and free shipping. They helped us every step of the way, just like they've helped millions of other homeowners with free design help by phone and online. Plus, they guaranteed the perfect fit for our windows. It was a great experience, and now my home feels more comfortable than ever and looks awesome.
Consider light filtering window treatments, roller shades, cellular shades, and more from Blinds.com to transform your home into even more of a sanctuary and let the light in without giving up privacy. If you're nervous about doing it yourself, don't be. Blinds.com has helped millions of homeowners through the process. Plus, they guarantee the perfect fit. Go to Blinds.com today for your free online design consultation. Rules and restrictions may apply.
I've been telling you about MyPillow and Mike Lindell, my dear friend, for years. As you heard the big announcement, MyPillow's factory now manufacturing masks, face masks for healthcare workers all over America. That's just the kind of guy, frankly, that Mike Lindell is. And right now, for MyPillow customers who listen to the Mike Gallagher Show, have we got a ton of great specials. I keep telling you that the pillow, which is the most comfortable pillow you'll ever sleep on, it gives your neck a little hug. It never gets flat during the night. It stays nice and cool. You can throw it in the washer and dryer whenever you want. Now that we're sanitizing everything, keeping everything clean, it makes so much sense to save big when you go to MyPillow.com, enter the promo code MikeG, buy one MyPillow Supima. It's 100% USA cotton, and get the second pillow free. Giza Dream Sheets, buy one set, get the second set free. MyPillow.com, promo code MikeG. MyPillow.com, promo code MikeG, or 800-928-6034, 800-928-6034, promo code MikeG.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
Eric Metaxas is here. Like you, I'm confined to my home, spending time with my family, and one thing we enjoy right now is watching uplifting movies that affirm our faith. But what's there to watch? Well, I have the answer. Introducing Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, a documentary that explores convincing evidence that the biblical account of the Exodus is true. Investigative filmmaker Tim Mahoney journeyed to Egypt, Israel, and throughout the world to search for answers to one very important question. Did the stories like Exodus, as written in the Bible, really happen? And the results of his investigation are monumental. Right now, you can watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus at home. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com. And immediately following the movie, a panel moderated by Gretchen Carlson and featuring Dennis Prager, Anne Graham Lotz, and me, yours truly, will provide further insight and commentary on the film. Watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, and others in the series. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Dogosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Dogosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Dogosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Just got a note from Debbie Bell, who is the driving force behind the South Carolina Children's Theater. You know, it's kind of a very bittersweet, melancholy thing for them. I've been affiliated with them for years, played different roles over the years. In fact, one of the joys of my life many years ago was participating in a production of Oliver, and I played Fagin. And my son Trevor was the Artful Dodger. We had so much fun, and Trevor tried to teach me how to do a British accent because I can't do a British accent. I'm not a bad actor, but I cannot do I'm terrible in accents. Anyway, it was so much fun, and Denise and the kids, they came to every performance. And since that time, boy, have they blossomed. And the South Carolina Children's Theater just completed construction right before the pandemic of this beautiful, state-of-the-art, magnificent theater. It's unbelievable. I mean, and I saw it in its construction stages. They've been sending me pictures, and the community lifted the Children's Theater up with donations, and it's a huge deal. They finished it actually ahead of schedule, and it's called the South Carolina Children's Theater Theater Arts and Education Center for Children. It's a 36,000 square foot complex. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous house. I mean, I think they have 300 seats, I think. And it's been incredible. And here they were. They got it all ready. And I'm pretty sure it was announced. Betsy told me that the plan is to launch the theater in a brand new production, in the first big production in this theater of Annie. And they invited me to play the role of Daddy Warbucks again. And I've played Daddy Warbucks a couple of times over the years for them, once way a long time ago and then a number of years ago. So and Annie always does real well. There's a fall production. I think it's scheduled for, what do we say, Eric? Is it September? I think it's in September. I was going to do a show in August in Dallas. I was going to be Pseudolus, and a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. They're rescheduling that, but I think they're still hanging on and hoping that we might be able to do the production of Annie, but everything's up in the air, and who knows. And I just feel so, I'm excited for them that they got the theater built. They got this huge, beautiful complex because they teach kids theater arts, and that brings kids out of their shell and, teaches them about how to have good self-esteem and communication skills. And they have such a magnificent staff over there. And I saw last night that there's a chance to make a donation to help the Children's Theater as they're going through this tough time, because obviously they're not working and they don't have any kids. And so in classes, so I made a little donation and got a note from Debbie thanking me and excited about the things that are yet to come. But that's happened in so many cases. And incidentally, if you want to help them out, it's called the South Carolina Children's Theater. Their website is I think it's SC, let me double check here. Make sure I get the right website for them if you are interested in helping them. They really do incredible work. And this theater, holy cow, Betsy sent me pictures. It's a beautiful theater and perfect size too, about 300 seats. And we're gonna have a great time. And whenever it is, we're gonna be there. And since I've slimmed down a little bit, lost about 30 pounds, I won't be a big fat daddy Warbucks. I'll still be ugly. I'll still be bald, but I won't be quite so tubby. scchildrenstheater.org is their website for details over there on Augusta Street, the beautiful new facility from the South Carolina Children's Theater. Love those guys so much. scchildrenstheater.org. Just got a text message on the MyPillow text line. Mike, things are so ridiculous in Maine right now. I'm a letter carrier. I can deliver mail to the golf course where I work, but I can't play golf there because the governor has said you can only play in the county where you live. I live 20 minutes from where I work. There are so many confusing laws. And you should see the note I just got from the condo association. I mean, they're going to open the pool. And that's fine. That's great. They're trying to follow all the right guidelines. Nobody's doing really anything wrong. There's just confusion. Look at I guess 10 people maximum at our pool, which is, I think it's about 50. They're trying to keep everything at percentages of occupancies. The beaches are opening here in Pinellas County on Monday. Now, the beaches opened in California, and Gavin Newsom took one look and said, close them down again. So as people were finally getting out, finally getting some fresh air, finally sitting on the beach, finally maybe swimming in the ocean, Governor Newsom didn't like it, doesn't like the amount of people, so shutting it all down. Is that going to happen here in Florida? I think that Governor DeSantis is much less likely to do a reversal like Newsom, but who knows? You got Gretchen Whitmer offering free college to people who have been working through this crisis. You've got police officers confronting people. The hair salon in Dallas, the lady being served a temporary restraining order. She's trying to stay open. And of course, there is a big question as people are. And incidentally, if you're trying to navigate the system and you're out of work and you have no money and you think you're entitled to some money from the government because they're sending out checks, they're putting money in people's bank accounts. We've offered the MyPillow text message as a service for you to find out your status. You can text the keyword cash to 1-800-655-6453. We'll send you back the link from the IRS where you can check your status. If you've applied for a small business loan, you can see the status of your business loan by texting the word business to 1-800-655-6453, and we'll send you back the link that hopefully lets you navigate that. And I was seeing on the news this morning before I came in, we got ramped up for the show, that if you have been applying for a loan and it's been kind of backlogged, try again. They say that they've made a bunch of adjustments and a bunch of advancements on that, so maybe it'll work now. So again, cash, text the keyword cash to 1-800-655-6453 as an individual. Text the word business to 1-800-655-6453 to check the status of your small business loan. John wants to chime in on the idea of people making more money in unemployment than they did when they were working. John, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show in the ReliefFactor.com studios. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mike. You're my second favorite talk show host after Rush. So,
I'll take it. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Anyway, Mike, here's the thing. I was laid off in the middle of March, but my company continued to pay me because I'm like a full-time employee. I work at a retail store, okay? But here's the thing. If you're on unemployment and you're not getting paid and you need it to live, of course, and I've been on unemployment a long, long time ago, you know, that's there for you when you need it. But if you're being called back to work and you're telling your boss, no, I can make more money on unemployment than I can working for you, that's not what unemployment's for. Unemployment is to help you until you either get hired back or either you find a new job. And I remember when I was on unemployment, one of the things they'd have to do, and you don't have to do it with the Corona thing, is you have to go out and look for work. But with the Corona thing, at least in Michigan, you don't have to be seeking other work if they've said you're going to be hired back. Okay.
Well, there's an ethical question too. I mean, let's look at this for a minute. I know somebody, John, who was making $950 a week at a job. Okay, was laid off immediately when the coronavirus thing hit. Now he's taking home $1,100 a week in unemployment. And when you talk about feeding your family, when you got hungry mouths to feed, the ethical dilemma becomes, do you take the unemployment because you actually gotten a raise, because you're working, you know, you're not working, but you're taking care of your family better than you were when you were working? Or do you do the ethical thing and say, that's not really what unemployment was for. If I have the opportunity to get my job back, I go back to my job. If somebody making more money on unemployment than their actual, what their income was, John, they're going to take a pay cut to go back to work.
Yeah, I know, and that is an issue. But remember, you're being asked by your employer to come back to work.
Right.
You have a responsibility to go. First of all, you have a responsibility to your company because maybe you're needed for them to do their work.
All right, let me put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Who do you have a bigger responsibility to, your family or your company?
You have a bigger responsibility to your family.
So if you're making more money by making $1,100 on unemployment, you can buy $200 more worth of groceries than you do when you're actually working. What do you say to a person who says, my ethical responsibility is to provide for my family, so I'm not going to go back to the office?
Yeah, I understand that. But if the employer then reports to the unemployment agency in your state that you are offered to come back.
Right, exactly. Yep.
And you don't come back, then you're going to lose unemployment anyway.
You're going to lose everything. Of course you're right. And understand, John, I'm giving a devil's advocate perspective of somebody who says, I gotta make as much as I can make. That's my responsibility to my family. I'm making more in unemployment than I was making in my job. Now, listen, I don't know how often this is applying to people or how many cases of this exist, but it is one of the dilemmas that we're facing when we start, sending out tons of cash, printing money. I saw the report last night. There's a bunch of checks that went out to people who have died. So dead people have been getting checks, and the government is saying, well, we just trust that people will send that money back. Sure they will. There won't be any fraud involved there. Nobody will cash any checks. I mean, the Democrats don't want voter ID laws. They want to make sure that you don't have to be who you say you are when you go vote. Why would anybody take the ethical high road and send back a check to the government from a dead person? And also, the president said yesterday that the federal government's social distancing guidelines will be fading out because they're expiring today. We'll show you what that looks like next. You, please. We're going to get through this. We're going to survive this together. Spring and summer are around the corner. And I want to again thank Pete and Seth Talbot for their many, many good works. They're doing things behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. And I don't think they want me to tell you about it. But this just take it from me. These are good guys. They have a heart for the hurting. They want you to get out of your back pain or neck pain or leg pain, and they want you to do what I've done. I've had enormous success by taking Relief Factor, the all-natural alternative to ibuprofen or pharmaceuticals. Relief Factor is made from wild-caught fish oils and botanicals. It goes to work on the inflammation that causes my back pain to begin with. And after a few, 2.5 weeks of taking it as directed, my lower back pain was gone. Give it a try. They've got a low-cost way for you to try it for 3 weeks to see if it's for you or not. $19.95, 3 weeks. Go to ReliefFactor.com. If it doesn't work for you after 3 weeks, notify them. You're only out $20. What do you have to lose except the pain? ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com.
Mike Gallagher.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to NoSafeSpaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to NoSafeSpaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to NoSafeSpaces.com today.
Wow, how the world has changed in just a few short weeks. If there is one thing COVID-19 has taught us, is good hygiene. Wash your hands more often and wipe down frequently touched surfaces. Unfortunately, we also face another problem that has been around us since, well, time itself. Rodents. G'day. I'm Scott from Plug-In Pest Free. Rodents usually carry diseases with them we do not want around us. Treating the problem the old-fashioned way with baits and traps only causes the problem to continue. Baits invite rodents in when you really should be trying to keep them out. So how do we keep them out? With Plug-In Pest Free, an electromagnetic device that utilizes the electrical wiring in your home to set up a no-go zone. Now that's fair dinkum. Look us up at GoPestFree.com today. Use promo code SAVE20 for 20% off. That's GoPestFree.com, promo code SAVE20. Don't spray and regret. Plug in and forget.
With the coronavirus restrictions, the Prager Store warehouse will be unable to ship items for a couple of weeks. So, I want to mention this. If you are wanting to listen to any audio program in the Prager Store without waiting for it to be sent to you, let me recommend joining Pragertopia Unlimited. In addition to being able to listen to my radio show commercial-free, Pragertopia Unlimited members can listen to any and all audio programs that are in the Dennis Prager Store, over 1,000 hours of streaming audio, almost everything I've recorded over the last 20 years, show segments, talks, lectures, courses, plus you'll have full access to all 5 books of my Torah teachings. It's all on demand. Stream any program, anytime on your phone, iPad, or computer. Plus, everyone who joins Pragertopia Unlimited gets a coupon code for 50% off an autographed copy of the Rational Bible, Genesis. Join Pragertopia Unlimited today. Go to Pragertopia.com.
This is Franklin Graham. As news about the coronavirus seems to worsen, many people are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, even fearful. We want to help. At the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, we have a prayer line that's open 24/7. We have staff who would love to speak with you, pray with you. Remember, God loves you.
Call 1-888-388-2683. That's 1-888-388-2683. Or visit BillyGraham.org.
Mike Gallagher.
You guys talking about the unemployment benefits in Florida is the worst. We've got maybe $250 a week if you're lucky, no matter what you made before. And I was fortunate enough to get laid off from the VA and hired back on within a week. But what about all these other people in Florida that they're not going to get anything?
Hey, Mike, I like you better than Rush Limbaugh. I think he's boring.
Anyway, I want to talk about these hypocritical politicians that are running around with that face mask when they're making us wear them. And also Obama on a fancy schmancy golf course in Washington, D.C., when they close down the whole state, and he's out there playing golf. Thank you.
Well, thank you, but there is nothing boring about El Rushbo, and all of us have tremendous admiration and love for him. He is the patriarch of our business, and I continue to pray for Rush every single day. Haven't heard a lot of news about his tough medical diagnosis, and praying that he is fighting it and will beat it. Without Rush, none of us have a job in this business. He is the guy that opened the door for talk radio to thrive as it is today. Incidentally, it is thriving. Man, we got some numbers back and some reports this week from research that's been conducted throughout this whole thing. And you're listening at home, obviously, but you're listening and plugged in greater numbers than ever before. I mean, even just looking at the results for our partners, our advertisers, we're so thankful for your support. And a lot of people have been ordering pillows. You've been ordering Giza Dream bed sheets from MyPillow. You've been ordering Relief Factor. You've been calling Fellowship Home Loans. I mean, on and on. The big, huge news for me was watching how people responded so passionately to support MyPillow and Mike Lindell. Portions of our show, of course, are brought to you by MyPillow. I think after the month of April, I need to get MyPillow tattooed somewhere on my shoulder or something. If I ever got a tattoo, that would be, I'd get the MyPillow logo. I'm just so thankful that company was lifted up by millions of people all over the country after Mike announced that he was, manufacturing 50,000 face masks a day for hospital workers. It was a great, he was one of the first ones. He worked it out with the president, and they got this thing going, devoting 75% of his factories to face masks for healthcare workers. And as soon as he made the announcement at the Rose Garden, he dared to mention a time for returning to God and cracking open your Bible. They went after him viciously. They attacked him. They mocked him. They made fun of him. And people said, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start buying pillows. I'm going to start buying that pillow that Gallagher always talks about, the pillow that never goes flat, the pillow that stays cool during the night, the pillow that you can put in the washer and dryer as often as you want, and it will never, ever lose its shape or its form. It'll still conform to your neck and your head. The Giza Dream sheets are incredibly comfortable. They're soft, smooth. I got a text message today from somebody saying, I just bought my Giza Dream sheets, and you were right. They are incredible. My wife and I love them. So listen, go to MyPillow.com, enter the promo code MikeG to get these big discounts on everything on the site. Incidentally, don't we have the pillow link up, Derek, for the text, for the MyPillow text message? I'm pretty sure if you text pillow to 1-800-655-6453, we'll send you back a link to order from MyPillow. But we know that you can go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code MikeG, MyPillow.com, promo code MikeG, or call 800-928-6034, 800-928-6034, promo code MikeG, like we love to say.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Promo code MikeG, and I'm told it's you text MyPillow to 1-800-655-MIKE. Are you sure, Derek? I'm not sure that's right. All right, double check it. I think it might be right. I'll have a definitive answer for you in just a moment. But first, I want to share with you what President Trump said yesterday about not extending the social distancing guidelines. Now, this is very intriguing to me because what does this mean for the states that are still following the CDC guidelines? It's one of these things we're going to have to work through. Here it is, cut 4.
So the current guidelines then will not be extended after tomorrow?
The current guidelines, I think you can say, are very much incorporated in the guidance that we're giving states to open up America again. But maybe, Mr. President,
I think a way of saying it, they'll be fading out because now the governors are doing it. I've had many calls from governors, Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, and many governors, Tennessee, Arkansas. We're speaking to a lot of different people, and they're explaining what they're doing, and I am very much in favor of what they're doing. They're getting it going, and we're opening our country again.
We're navigating tricky waters, aren't we? And boy, do I support and appreciate the tough decisions that governors and the president trying to make. You were right. Text MyPillow. Just don't use the space. Text MyPillow to 1-800-655-MIKE. We'll send you back the link. Coming up, have you heard about the documents released yesterday showing what the FBI agents were doing to General Mike Flynn? The president responded today, and it could be very, very good news for General Flynn. Those details and more coming up. You, please. I chased down Dr. Howard in the radio station a year or so ago saying, can I tell everybody about my personal experience with Balance of Nature? See, in my case, I just didn't like the taste of vegetables, never have. And I was hearing on the radio about Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in capsule form. These aren't ordinary vitamins made with synthetics. This is just natural food in a vegetarian capsule with tens of thousands of vital nutrients from 100% whole food plants, fruits, and veggies. If you're feeling run down, if you feel like you need to boost your immune system, this is a great answer, especially for somebody like me who hates the taste of vegetables. Don't wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and veggies can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off any new preferred order of fruits and veggies. You want to be a preferred customer. You get a great cost savings, convenience, and you get access to their health coaches. Start your journey that I've been on today. Call 800-246-8751, 800-246-8751, or go to balanceofnature.com. Use the promo code MikeG. Today, we're all super conscious of cleanliness. Washing our hands for 20 seconds multiple times is good, but if your phone isn't clean, what's the point? Well, the most effective way to clean your phone is with phone soap. Phone soap uses UVC light, a patented and clinically proven technology to kill 99.99% of germs like E. coli, salmonella, the cold and flu virus. In just 10 minutes or less, you can sanitize and charge your phone. Everybody I know wants one. Whether you're using your phone anywhere, you're collecting and storing germs. Phone soap is used in hospitals and medical facilities, making it the easiest and most trusted way to clean your phone. It fits smartphones of all sizes and can sanitize remotes, money, whatever else fits inside. Phone soap kills hundreds of germs and bacteria and the cold and flu virus. Now, demand for phone soap is at an all-time high. Go to phonesoap.com, use the promo code MikeG, get a spot on their pre-order list, and get free shipping. Phone soap, the original patented and clinically proven UVC phone sanitizer. Go to phonesoap.com, use my name, Mike G, phonesoap.com today.
Mike Gallagher.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
my real feelings in 3, 2, 1. Looking good. Hang on a second. I sure do. How you doing, man? Okay, great. Let's do it. Barry, thank you. I love you. Appreciate it. Excellent.
This is a special edition of the Mike Gallagher Show, Coronavirus in America.
We're using the full power of the federal government to defeat the virus, and that's what we've been doing.
For a while, life is not going to be the way it used to be in the United States.
As we face this national emergency pandemic, now's the time for knowledge and clarity. And this is the place to get it.
We're going into a full crisis footing. This is a wartime dynamic. We have to think about helping each other in different ways.
The president made very decisive decisions quickly.
2020 is definitely going to be one for the history books. And as we take it all in, we know that we'll get through this together. We're America. And now, here's Mike.
There are lots of headlines today that we're watching carefully. First-time filings for unemployment insurance hit 3.84 million last week. As expected, the economic anguish in America continues. Although they're saying the worst appears to be in the past. They were looking for 3.5 million, so it's a little bit higher than they had thought. The rolling 6-week total is over 30 million Americans. This is part of the worst worst employment crisis in the entire history of the United States. There's some promising news about vaccines. Apparently, there is a vaccine in the works that might be in the offing as early as the fall. Fauci talks about January, who knows? And of course, all throughout the country, there are conflicts between businesses that are trying to stay afloat and state governments that are ordering them shut down. In California, the governor opened the beaches, took one look at the pictures of people on the beaches, shut them back down again. Here in Florida, they're going to start opening the beaches. Could that happen all around the country, that parks and beaches and places that are expected to follow social distancing guidelines, are they going to be re-shut down under this fear that there could be an unmanageable spike of coronavirus illnesses and deaths. We are navigating this, as my dear friend Mark Davis in Dallas, Fort Worth always says, the days take a long time, but the weeks are flying by. It feels like just a minute ago it was Friday. Now tomorrow will be Friday, the first day of May. And a lot of these state orders are all over the map. Perhaps no place in America is this conflict between a business owner desperately trying to survive and the tough, long arm of the government squaring off any better than the case in Dallas of the hair salon owner, a woman by the name of Shelley Luther, who is risking her license, maybe even her freedom, by trying to keep her hair salon, her business, Salon a la Mode, open. Now, I mentioned Mark Davis. I played the clip yesterday of Mark taunting and mocking me and ridiculing the way listeners came after me when I gently said, maybe we should wear a mask as we reopen. And Mark did a very funny riff on imaginary callers, which actually sounded very real, over what a panty waist I am and what a baby I am for wearing a mask. Mark, of course, is one of the most well-respected talk show hosts in America, and that's not overstating that. He has entertained and informed Texas audiences for many years. He has all of the top Texas newsmakers and newsbreakers on his show, and I'm very, very pleased to know that over the last few years he has become one of my closest friends. He's been following this Salon a la Mode case very carefully and has interviewed Shelley Luther many times. So we want to welcome Mark Davis to my show, because I always join him in the mornings. Now it's your turn to join me.
I get the Steve Miller Jungle Love Newsmaker line thing. What an honor. That's incredible. Thank you.
Only for the biggest guests. Only for the top names.
Yeah.
Introduce Shelley Luther to the country, Mark.
Well, she was introduced to me not even a week ago. Now I have family members I don't talk to as often as I do her, because she is the main story. She is walking the point as a symbol of a business that a week ago didn't know when it was going to be able to open. Now there is a foggy kind of notion of when her business, the hair salon business, will be smiled on by Governor Abbott. And let's rest assured that in conservative circles, Governor Abbott remains a hero. Are there people who have said, well, why can't we be like Brian Kemp of Georgia? Well, they can get a difference of opinion on that. But thank God we're not in Michigan or something, or California or something like that. So it's all generally good with Governor Abbott. But there's been some pushback from people saying, what's the deal with salons? I mean, they're regulated. They have to adhere to some higher bar of cleanliness and propriety. And shouldn't that put them on the magical list of people allowed to actually make a living? And if that's my point conceptually, it is definitely Shelley Luther's point, because it is her business. And the people who cut hair in her salon need this to eat and feed their families. So her position has been, Mike, I'm not closing. Cease and desist letter from local county judge Clay Jenkins. I'm not closing. A restraining order from a local judge. Her position, I'm not closing. Talked to her this morning. She is open for business. And the question each day is, will they come banging on the glass and stuff her in the back of a cop car?
I mean, Mark, I saw the video last night of the police officer serving her with the temporary restraining order, surrounded by a throng of TV cameras. It was a whole media event. And obviously, by the way, they don't just show up accidentally. They don't just show up mysteriously. They were there following this to chronicle the embarrassing. I mean, that to me is such a terrible feeling, to know that you're sort of on the wrong side of the law ostensibly. But is she literally violating the law by staying open?
Well, of course she is, and that's kind of the point. There are a couple of conversations that this gives a spark to, which makes it just talk show gold, but we really got to realize we're talking about people's lives here, so here's how I'll couch it. Is she on the wrong side of the law? Yes. The law says that local authorities can declare crises and do all kinds of restrictive things in view of those crises. Count me among those who feel that this is overreach, but that's just a conversation between people about what we think basic rights are. No judge is going to come in and magically rescue her from this. It's up to us. It's up to the public to make clear to elected officials that this will not stand without some degree of pushback from us. And it's funny because we're in a conservative state with a conservative governor, but Dallas County is a total blue enclave. And most people in Dallas County are probably fine with Judge Jenkins putting the clamp down on her. So here's the question. We're watching TV all the time. Is it a good idea or a bad idea to have the imagery of local officials dragging this woman off to prison?
Oh, no.
I mean, I continue to believe that's not good optics, especially since it seems like it's going to be resolved maybe within a couple of weeks. I asked her, by the way, since resolution seems to be at hand, why not go ahead and play along? Wrong question. She said, listen, if I close for 1 hour, if I close for 1 minute of 1 hour.
That's like me saying, why don't we wear a mask? Go ahead, Mark. Good question.
Exactly. Exactly. I was like,
yeah, Mark, what's the matter with you? I thought you loved the Constitution.
Yeah, so it's the thing. So she said, my position 24/7, every minute has to be that I have the right to be open. And I'm not shrinking from that one iota. And so I continue to believe.
She's got to be one tough cookie.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And so, but it's funny because I told her, I said, don't you think they probably don't want to have that kind of spectacle? And she said her attorney gets a vibe at the courthouse that there's power tripping about to happen, and that what they actually do want, the video of her being arrested just to show everybody who's boss.
Yep, send a message. Make an example of her. Mark Davis is our guest. He's the morning host on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Again, one of the most highly respected hosts in the country. Mark, you've talked to her a lot. Is she nervous or afraid about winding up in jail?
If she is, she gives off no inclination of that at all. She has to be. Nobody wants to go to prison. There are those who've said, Shelley might be kind of enjoying this a little bit. She's kind of flamboyant and she went to very publicly to a rally up in Frisco, northeast of Dallas, and ripped up the restraining order, took the whole thing up in front of that crowd and went, here's what I think of the restraining order. But listen, to whatever degree that she is being showy about this, it is about the cause. She deeply believes that she and her fraternity sorority of salon owners deserve to be open, and that's what the fight is about. And her quote is, I will stay open as long as I am able.
What a story. I want to ask you before you go about a huge explosive story that was revealed yesterday, and it's been lost in the shuffle of all the coronavirus news and the states starting to reopen. And of course, it's the kind of political bombshell that CNN or MSNBC won't touch. Fox News, of course, is all over it. Explosive new internal FBI documents unsealed yesterday show that top FBI officials discussed their motivations for interviewing the then National Security Advisor, General Mike Flynn, in the White House in January of 2017, and they openly questioned in handwritten notes, do we get him to lie so we can prosecute him or get him fired? What's the goal here? Tell the truth or lie so we can... It appears very clearly that the FBI, one of their goals was to get him fired or prosecuted. Mark Davis, this is a huge, huge story. Mike Flynn appears to have been set up and absolutely railroaded by these guys. Is there going to be any accountability for the people that made this happen? They ruined his life.
The short, it depends on how one defines accountability. Are heavy iron doors going to slam behind the people who did this? Probably not. Sometimes accountability exists, once again, in the political vein. Here comes a possible full pardon, so there's some vindication. But then you go to the old, remember, Labor Secretary Ray Donovan. What office do I go to get my reputation back?
Right, where do I go to get my reputation back?
History will... Exactly right. So a Trump re-election is vindication. Mike Flynn being able to escape this predatory prosecution is vindication. And just reputationally, this is everything about Comey and McCabe and other people in this coven, Clapper and all those. It just once again hardens the history of the deep state and the level of scoundrel actions and behaviors and attitudes that have surrounded this president since the inauguration.
A friend of mine, calls this really one of the biggest stories of the year for anybody who's been following the whole Russiagate and the way the deep state went after members of the Trump administration. The Obama administration had no love lost for General Flynn, no question. In fact, they recommended against the Trump administration hiring him. A 2018 video, Mark, this was townhall.com pointed this out, of former FBI Director Comey is circulating again after this bombshell document has been released. In the clip, MSNBC's Nicole Wallace asks Comey who went around protocol to send FBI agents directly into the White House to interview.
Of course.
And Comey says, I sent them, something I probably wouldn't have done and maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation. He explained if the FBI wanted to send agents into the White House itself, you would work through the White House counsel. And then when asked why he bypassed that process, Comey said, I thought it's early enough. Let's just send a couple of guys over. Do you think Jim County is going to...
A couple of guys.
A couple of guys. You think Jim Comey is going to have any accountability for this egregious action?
No. Maybe I'm cynical, but no. Not in terms of what we might want, like prosecution of this kind of malfeasance.
Right,
but Comey will go down in history as a failed weasel. And I continue to believe, even with this story, that the FBI is a magnificent place filled with magnificent people. It's the leadership that was a problem. Once you purge those snakes, the FBI can regain its reputation, and Michael Flynn is owed 1 million apologies from 1 million people. Will they be forthcoming? Probably not, but I hope the vindication for him is sweet nonetheless.
Well, and in General Flynn's case, history will show he lost his house, he lost his career, he lost his reputation. He was utterly destroyed by these apparent zealots. Mark Davis, morning host, 660 AM The Answer. It's great having you on my show for a change.
I love you, man.
This.
It's awesome.
I love you.
Let's get used to
Thank
this.
you,
I'm
Mark.
available anytime.
You got me too. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in my kitchen, I think, for the rest of my life. Thank you, Mark. Great hearing from you. Mark Davis here on the Mike Gallagher Show in the ReliefFactor.com studios. What do you make of this bombshell? Let's dive into this. And we've got some video of Comey sort of bragging about sort of getting away with setting Flynn up, General Flynn up. Do you think President Trump will pardon him? I think as sure as I'm going to be sitting in my kitchen for the next few months, that's a yes. What about you? 1-800-655-MIKE. Join us.
Did you ever think drinking a cup of coffee could be something that is so special that it'll impact the lives of our brave military families? Introducing Honor Bound Coffee, brought to you by the same father and son team who introduced Relief Factor, the incredible pain relief product, to the world. Honor Bound Coffee is, first of all, the best tasting coffee you'll ever drink. Light, medium, bold, decaf, beans, or ground, doesn't matter. You'll see how great this coffee tastes. But here's what's so special. Here's what's practically magical. 100% of the profits from Honor Bound Coffee go directly to military families. The first organization that will benefit is the Great Semper Fi Fund. If you're frustrated with where big corporations give their money, if you'd like to make a difference in a military family's life, order Honor Bound Coffee. Get started today. Buy one bag, get the second bag free as an introductory offer. HonorBoundCoffee.com. It's all one word. HonorBoundCoffee.com. That's HonorBoundCoffee.com. Coffee with a purpose.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
Balance of Nature, no question. Your product's a great product. I mean, it's very, very good. I own a couple of businesses, so I'm on the go a lot. There's no doubt that the energy level increased. And again, your product is very, very good, and I couldn't live without it, to tell you the truth. I thank you for your time. Thank you for the information. And when you talk to Dr. Howard, give him my best and tell him he's got a great, great product.
Don't wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and vegetables every day can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. Again, that's balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code MikeG.
It's a joy to tell you about the Association of Mature American Citizens. I saw some big political ad last night, and I noticed a little tiny graph at the bottom, little graphics paid for by the AARP. You see, they're a big liberal lobbying organization. A lot of people don't realize that. You don't have to spend your money with a liberal lobbying group that has not championed the values that AMAC has. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, $16 a year. You get your AMAC senior card. You get discounts on everything from hotels and travel and all kinds of benefits that you get everywhere else. And you have an organization fighting for your values, a conservative organization fighting against reckless government spending and the expanding scope of the feds. They're pro-small business and securing our borders. Join AMAC today. You'll be glad you did. Tear up your AARP card and go to GallagherforAMAC.com, GallagherforAMAC.com, or just call 855-624-6229.
Mike Gallagher.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. If you have found yourself stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. It must have been such a surprise to find out something you were told had value has none at all. Thankfully, we can help. Let us do for you what we continue to do for thousands of others. Our process is done legally, ethically, and quickly. We have an excellent success rate and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are family-owned, and I have my son Tyler here with me. Tyler, why don't you talk about what makes Lone Star Transfer different from any other company?
Great, I'd love to. Our customer service is second to none. We guarantee in writing a specific time frame in which we will get you out of your timeshare unlike any other company. We will personally make sure your experience is a pleasant one.
Let Lone Star Transfer give you peace of mind. Give us a call today for a no-obligation consultation at 844-284-4863 or online at lonestartransfer.com.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I like the product very much. I wake up in the morning, I'm wide awake, and I'm raring to go. I'm almost 76, and I'm working 2 different property management companies 6 days a week, and I was really, really dragging. I mean, I could barely get myself to work. And it all culminated when I started taking Balance of Nature. It didn't happen right away. I had to take it for a little while. And all of a sudden, I just made a mental note, hey, I'm feeling better. And I am, so I really like this product.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code MikeG.
Hi, this is Dennis Prager, and we just launched a new Pragertopia membership called Pragertopia Unlimited. Members can listen to any and all audio programs that are in the Dennis Prager store. That's over 400 programs to choose from, show segments, talks, lectures, courses, even full access to all 5 books of my Torah teaching. For a limited time, an annual Pragertopia Unlimited membership is only $119. Join Pragertopia Unlimited today. Go to pragertopia.com.
Mike Gallagher.
Yeah, this is Tony out of Atlanta, Georgia. I think the best vindication for Mike Flynn, and this is all said and done, is that Trump's next administration is to put Mike Flynn back into the position that he was caused to resign.
He needs to be exonerated. Now, remember, he pled guilty to lying to investigators. I don't even know what an exoneration looks like next to a pardon, but she sure seems like he's being exonerated already, and there's still more to come. We're going to dive into this head first and also talk about remdesivir and more. Stick around.
Mike Gallagher.
Relying on monitoring your credit to help protect your identity?
Here we are as an innocent zebra scans the sea of tall grass.
That's like being an unsuspecting animal at the watering hole.
The zebra doesn't spot the stealthy lion and his big white teeth.
With your personal information in so many places and data breaches on the rise, thieves could pounce on your information to steal your identity and feast on your hard-earned money.
The lion leaps. And it doesn't look good for the zebra.
That's why LifeLock monitors for use of your personal information, detecting a range of threats. If there's a problem, one of our US-based specialists will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, you don't have to be a sitting duck. Right now, save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com and enter promo code SMART. That's 25% off when you enter promo code SMART.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Maybe your heart has been gripped by fear, as millions of others have, because of this coronavirus pandemic. But I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. He knows everything about your life. You don't need to be afraid. Jesus said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. If you've never invited Jesus Christ into your heart, if you've never trusted Him as your Savior, you can pray right now to do that. Just simply pray this prayer. God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry for my sins. I believe Jesus Christ is your Son, and I want to invite Him to come into my heart, into my life. I'm willing to trust Him as my Savior and follow Him as my Lord. And I pray this in Jesus' name.
If you prayed that prayer, we'd love to talk with you. Call 1-888-388-2683. 1-888-388-2683 or visit billygraham.org.
Home is where the heart is, especially now that we've been home more than ever. Blinds.com makes it so simple to shop top quality blinds, shades, and shutters. Yes, we needed all three for different rooms in our house. They have the easiest online ordering and free shipping. They helped us every step of the way, just like they've helped millions of other homeowners with free design help by phone and online. Plus, they guaranteed the perfect fit for our windows. It was a great experience, and now my home feels more comfortable than ever and looks awesome.
Consider light filtering window treatments, roller shades, cellular shades, and more from Blinds.com to transform your home into even more of a sanctuary and let the light in without giving up privacy. If you're nervous about doing it yourself, don't be. Blinds.com has helped millions of homeowners through the process. Plus, they guarantee the perfect fit. Go to Blinds.com today for your free online design consultation. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Are you tired of all the garbage that Hollywood puts out? Why not redeem the time you're spending at home with your family and watch something that affirms our American values? For a limited time, you can purchase No Safe Spaces, starring Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Go to nosafespaces.com to stream the #1 political documentary of 2019. Free speech is under attack now more than ever. Politicians on the left are threatening to permanently shut down churches and synagogues, and we can't even open a debate about when we return to work. There is no more important time to watch No Safe Spaces, the movie that the hard left does not want you to see. Go to nosafespaces.com. Use the code SAVE25 to get 25% off your purchase. That's SAVE25. This offer is only available for a limited time. Send the message to Hollywood that you support movies that support your values. Go to nosafespaces.com today.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt and I couldn't pay my bills, so I reached out and contacted Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
They were able to work with my creditors. I've been able to pay off $15,000 in 18 months. It's a godsend.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
One more note on this Mike Flynn story, and it's going to keep evolving, and you're going to hear a lot of revelations. Here's James Comey. This is the former FBI director who's really become part of the resistance. He is a really, really rabid Trump-hating guy with a strong social media presence, made the rounds in all the mainstream media outlets to sell his book. This is that conversation I was telling you about with MSNBC's Nicole Wallace, cut number 7. They're just kind of showing you Comey sort of bragging about, I guess, getting away with setting General Flynn up.
You look at this White House now, and it's hard to imagine 2 FBI agents ending up in the same room. How did that happen?
I sent them. Something I probably wouldn't have done or maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation, a more organized administration. In the George W. Bush administration, for example, or the Obama administration, there was process. And so if the FBI wanted to send agents into the White House itself to interview a senior official, you would work through the White House counsel, and there'd be discussions and approvals and who would be there. And I thought, it's early enough, let's just send a couple guys over.
You hear all the laughter in the audience. You know, Mike Flynn's life was destroyed. This is a guy who was I'm talking about General Mike Flynn. Served his country with honor and distinction for many, many years. Obama didn't like him, didn't want Trump to hire him, and look what they did. And, you know, when the team gave me the headline and the cut sheet here about Comey bragging about getting away with it, he literally said that. You noticed that, right? I mean, I'm not making this up. I didn't hallucinate, did I? That an FBI director, to the delight of his rabid anti-Trump interviewer, Nicole Wallace, and she's one of the worst, incidentally, one of the absolute most awful, and an audience laughing and clapping like seals, joking about a man being utterly destroyed. And I want to play it again so you hear the part for emphasis where this is the former FBI director talking about getting away with this. I got away with this. Sending agents into the White House. Flynn, they said, don't forget, McCabe believed Flynn. They didn't think he was lying. Listen to this again, one more time.
You look at this White House now, and it's hard to imagine 2 FBI agents ending up in the same room. How did that happen?
I sent them. Something I probably wouldn't have done or maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation, a more organized administration. In the George W. Bush administration, for example, or the
organized investigation. Why would the FBI director want to get away with anything? You'd think that that's the guy who's the straight shooter who dots every I and crosses every T. But no. We want to send a couple of guys. After Trump got inaugurated and he wanted Flynn, how dare he pick General Flynn to be his national security advisor? We're going to take this guy down. We'll take him out. It's chilling. It's absolutely chilling. And a huge story. And I just want to know if there'll be any accountability. My buddy Mark Davis doesn't think there'll be accountability. What about a pardon for Mike Flynn? What about how does he get exonerated? But this is just an incredible story. And unfortunately, we are knee deep in coronavirus and states reopening and dealing with that. And I get it, but we can cover 2 things at once. That's for sure. I do want to share with you before we get out of here today an article this week that was printed or published at the Federalist, written by a PhD student at Hillsdale College, a guy by the name of Jonathan Ashbach. And it's so important, and it's a position that so many Americans are feeling right now in the shelter in place, stay at home, safer at home, lockdown. And the article is called How Cowardice and Class Privilege Shift Support for the Lockdowns. And listen, as a talk show host who gets thousands of communications every week from listeners all over the country, the support is shifting. There's just no question. It is shifting. And our government officials, our elected officials know it. Mike's on line 1 here on the Mike Gallagher Show, 21 before the hour in the ReliefFactor.com studios. Hello, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Mike, 2 things. One, isn't that abuse of power? Him just saying, oh, let's send 2 people into the White House. And let's not forget how much money it cost all of us taxpayers after they made up allegations and lies after those however many agents he sent in. I mean, it's just sickening. It's absolutely
Mike, it's disgusting, and I'm just kind of shocked when you look back at that clip. I mean, Comey has been bragging about it. Go ahead.
For people to think that it's funny, it's not funny. It costs you morons that are laughing money also.
Right.
So
right. Yeah,
apparently
you're right.
they don't care about money or anything else.
No. It's about one thing. Orange man bad, take down anybody around Trump. Trump surrounds himself with grifters and deadbeats and bad people, and Trump's a bad guy, and he's a monster. And, look at Flynn. He must be a monster, too. Remember, you hear this over and over. Kurt Schlichter says this all the time from Town Hall. They don't hate him. They hate you. They hate you. I was riding around yesterday here in Pinellas County, and interesting things happening in Florida, where the governor yesterday announced sort of a very, very gradual, methodical reopening. Still no hair salons, sadly. What I'd give for a haircut safely, but I'd sure love to get my hair cut. You watch on the stream, you see somebody told me I look like Willy Wonka. Or I think I look like the mad scientist from Back to the Future. But no haircuts, no hair salons, no nail salons in Florida yet. But restaurants, retailers, stores are going to start opening on Monday. Beaches are opening. Pools are opening at way diminished capacity. These are baby steps, like Ron DeSantis said. And I was really touched by Governor DeSantis' press conference yesterday, where he shared how he and his wife have just brought a newborn baby into the world, and it was a few weeks ago, and his parents have yet to be able to hold their newborn baby. And he got emotional. You could hear his voice crack a little bit. And incidentally, the left hates him every bit as much as they hate every Republican governor and Trump and the administration. They just have so much contempt and hatred and rage and anger. But I don't know. I feel like the other voices are building and mounting, and we're seeing there's a resistance, all right. And it's a resistance to confusing, dramatic, draconian, mixed signal lockdowns and what this is all looking like. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I'm seriously, just as a personal story, and I know I'm probably typical of many people who have these kind of thoughts. Should I try to get in the car and drive 7 hours up to Atlanta? Do I drive 5 hours to Georgia to try to get a haircut because I can get a haircut in Georgia, but I can't get a haircut in Florida? What about New York, where de Blasio is blasting, and seemingly terrorizing the Hasidic Jewish community for going to a funeral of a beloved religious leader there, but the subways and the buses are packed with people? Why isn't there ever any explanation about that? Why doesn't anybody address, well, they got to go to work. Really? But Orthodox Jews can't mourn? Violate and honestly, people saw those images in New York, and it was real shocking. As the police were trying to sort of herd these mourners into one particular area and yelling at them, they had frightened expressions on their faces. Now, I've had people write me and say, Mike, you have to understand, the Orthodox Jewish community is not following any social distancing guidelines. You realize that the kind of people who, it's like the proverbial image of the old man that the kids knock the ball into the yard and he keeps the ball. These kind of people love this. They're all about ratting out your neighbor and yelling at somebody who doesn't have a mask on, or browbeating somebody who gets too close. There's a type of person who just eats this up. This is like they live for this. But there's a very fascinating position advanced by this Jonathan Ashbach that I want to share with you coming up. How cowardice and class privilege shift support for the lockdowns. Jonathan Ashbach, this PhD student at Hillsdale, writes over at the Federalist, there's a moral core to the argument against draconian use of stay-at-home orders that is yet to be well articulated in the public sphere. Well, he sort of does, and I want to share those arguments with you coming up. In the meantime, feel free to join us. Got a lot of news. What do you think about the salon owner in Dallas? Is she wrong or right? You heard her story, this Shelley, the owner of Salon a la Mode in Dallas, Fort Worth. Are you on her side? Or do you think she's reckless and irresponsible and maybe should be locked up? That's certainly on the table perhaps for her. What side of that argument are you on? What side of that conflict do you side with? 1-800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Press 1 to come on air with us. Press 2 to leave a voicemail message. I hope you join us here on this Thursday, final day of April edition of the Mike Gallagher Show. I have shared so many family memories again and remembered the memories of my wife and kids. We go Disney World trips. I hear her voice again and see her big, beaming, smiling face. You see, Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, audio tapes, VHS tapes. They've helped over 750,000 families digitally preserve their past. Here's what you do. The process is so easy. It's easy. It's affordable. The process from start to finish is a piece of cake. You just pack up in the box that they'll send you your media, whether it's old movies, home movies, tapes, whatever. Then their team digitizes everything. You get back on a thumb drive, DVD, or the cloud your memories that you'll get to share and enjoy for forever. For a limited time, Legacy Box is running a huge 50% off Mother's Day special. Order your Legacy Box now and take advantage of this amazing offer. It's one of the best discounts they've ever offered. So here's what you do. Go to legacybox.com/Mike and you'll save 50% while supplies last. Go to legacybox.com/Mike. It's perfect for you, your loved ones. Preserve those memories forever. Go to legacybox.com/Mike and save 50% while supplies last.
Mike Gallagher.
I've been telling you about MyPillow and Mike Lindell, my dear friend, for years. As you heard the big announcement, MyPillow's factory now manufacturing masks, face masks for healthcare workers all over America. That's just the kind of guy, frankly, that Mike Lindell is. And right now, for MyPillow customers who listen to the Mike Gallagher Show, we got a ton of great specials. I keep telling you that the pillow, which is the most comfortable pillow you'll ever sleep on, it gives your neck a little hug. It never gets flat during the night. It stays nice and cool. You can throw it in the washer and dryer whenever you want. Now that we're sanitizing everything, keeping everything clean, it makes so much sense to save big when you go to MyPillow.com, enter the promo code MikeG, buy one MyPillow Supima. It's 100% USA cotton and get the second pillow free. Giza Dream Sheets, buy one set, get the second set free. MyPillow.com, promo code MikeG. MyPillow.com, promo code MikeG, or 800-928-6034, 800-928-6034, promo code MikeG.
Eric Metaxas here. Like you, I'm confined to my home, spending time with my family, and one thing we enjoy right now is watching uplifting movies that affirm our faith. But what's there to watch? Well, I have the answer. Introducing Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, a documentary that explores convincing evidence that the biblical account of the Exodus is true. Investigative filmmaker Tim Mahoney journeyed to Egypt, Israel, and throughout the world to search for answers to one very important question. Did the stories like Exodus, as written in the Bible, really happen? And the results of his investigation are monumental. Right now, you can watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus at home. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com. And immediately following the movie, a panel moderated by Gretchen Carlson and featuring Dennis Prager, Anne Graham Lotz, and me, yours truly, will provide further insight and commentary on the film. Watch Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, and others in the series. Go to patternsofevidence.com. That's patternsofevidence.com.
With the coronavirus restrictions, the Prager Store warehouse will be unable to ship items for a couple of weeks. So, I want to mention this. If you are wanting to listen to any audio program in the Prager Store without waiting for it to be sent to you, let me recommend joining Pragertopia Unlimited. In addition to being able to listen to my radio show commercial-free, Pragertopia Unlimited members can listen to any and all audio programs that are in the Dennis Prager Store, over 1,000 hours of streaming audio, almost everything I've recorded over the last 20 years, show segments, talks, lectures, courses, plus you'll have full access to all 5 books of my Torah teachings. It's all on demand. Stream any program, anytime on your phone, iPad, or computer. Plus, everyone who joins Pragertopia Unlimited gets a coupon code for 50% off an autographed copy of the Rational Bible Genesis. Join Pragertopia Unlimited today. Go to pragertopia.com.
This is an important coronavirus update from the nonprofit Global Healthy Living Foundation. Do you or a loved one live with a chronic illness? If so, you and your family may be at a higher risk for contracting the COVID-19 coronavirus. The Global Healthy Living Foundation has made free information and support available for your protection and well-being. Go to ghlf.org to enroll in their free patient support program to get updates and information related to the coronavirus outbreak. Protect yourself and your family. Visit ghlf.org today.
Mike Gallagher.
Hi, Mike. I applaud that shop owner for her courage, and I hope to see it happen all across the country.
Are we under martial law? And if we are, then isn't the President of the United States only the person that's supposed to issue this? So I don't see how governors can say you stay in your house and you don't go out. So I'm asking, are we under martial law? And if so, why hadn't President Trump said so?
Portions of our show are brought to you by Fellowship Home Loans. Call 800-510-MIKE or go to fellowshiphomeloans.com. Fellowship Home Loans, welcome home. This is a column. We posted it yesterday at mikeonline.com if you haven't seen it, but it's so important. I want to make sure you get the whole heft of this column because it puts an articulation to this argument that we've gone overboard. And I have been very, very reluctant to even share some of this stuff with you. But that's, of course, it dawned on me a couple days ago. Well, this is what we do. We reflect the mood of the people, and the American people are restless and wondering if this is making a lot of sense. Here's what Jonathan Ashbach writes. It was at the Federalist. He says, there's a moral core to the argument against draconian use of stay-at-home orders that is yet to be well articulated. Reactionary governmental responses to the spread of coronavirus have been catastrophic. We've inflicted job loss upon tens of millions of American workers. As we know, as of today, over 30 million Americans are now getting unemployment benefits. It's the biggest employment catastrophe this country has ever had, ever. We've put a quarter of small businesses at risk of permanently shutting down. We've inflicted untold mental distress upon hundreds of millions, all this in just the last few weeks. Yet extreme response measures still hold an aura of moral superiority for many. He writes, there's a touch of the surreal in the oblivious manner with which many talking heads have savagely put down any resistance to intrusive measures with the simplistic, well, this will save lives, or our goal must be to minimize deaths. Point out the compounded economic and personal hardship. Many quarters you'll meet at best the dismissive retort that one can't measure lives against the economy, and at worst, the accusation you're a selfish blank who values your freedom over others' well-being. He says there's a kernel of insight in this response. He writes, as a severe critic of libertarianism, I find it heartening that people are expressing at least subconscious recognition that freedom is not an intrinsic good. Valuable as it is, it's only a means to human excellence and happiness. So if the trade-off were really as simple as a moral freedom versus the well-being of the nation, then this response would be entirely appropriate. What is disheartening, he writes, on the other hand, is the intense poverty of moral vision that the response reveals. It takes for granted the moral irrelevance of work, study, human interaction, sightseeing, dating, going to the gym, attending sacred services, and all the 1,000,001 things that the current restrictions have put on hold. It is not true that those who value the plethora of activities that make up human life are prioritizing selfishness over the real well-being of the nation. Exactly the contrary. Months of people's lives are slipping away forever. It's those who dismiss that who devalue the human. The jobs we've taken from tens of millions of our fellow citizens cannot simply be dismissed as immoral dollars and cents. They're sources of meaning and provision, arenas of excellence, of profound moral worth, and especially valuable to the less economically privileged who are disproportionately suffering under our new rules. So the barbaric, panicky elevation of mere life as the only good worth conserving is becoming increasingly shameful. This Jonathan Ashbach writes, please do not misunderstand. I don't use the word mere to denigrate the value of human life. Rather, it is the morally impoverished elevation of simple biological substance to the exclusion of all those things that make up a real meaningful life that is becoming more and more disgraceful as the weeks pass by. Has our society become so pampered that we've forgotten we live in a world where risk is an intrinsic part of every moment of every life? All worthwhile activities assume and involve risk of death to oneself and others. That's no excuse for assuming a fetal position and failing to live one's life. Complete human beings will live in awareness and acceptance of their own and others' mortality. He says this is not a call to throw aside all precautions and simply embrace the worst that can happen. Preserving biological life is good as well. Prudent safety measures are of course called for. Those of us who are low risk should cheerfully bear with some constraints on our behavior for the sake of those who face the danger. But our discussion of what constitutes prudent safety measures should take place in the context of the awareness that there are far worse things, he writes, than death, and refusing to live for fear of death is one of them. It's a fascinating argument. You want to check it out at The Federalist or at MikeOnline.com by Jonathan Ashbach. Here we are tomorrow, May 1st. Hang in. We're getting through this day by day. I hope you have a terrific day. Be safe. Thank you for joining us. Keep fighting the good fight. I'm Mike Gallagher. God bless America. Not only do I use Pure Talk at home, we also have the office connected by the Pure Talk text line. Listen to this. Listen to why. Pure Talk USA gives you unlimited talk, unlimited text, and a gig of data for $20 a month. You'll also save an additional 50% for the first month when you make the switch, and making the switch is a piece of cake. I dealt with Chardonnay. That was her name, a lovely young lady who made the switch with me when I just dialed pound 250 from my phone, and I said Mike Gallagher. That's all you have to do to reach Pure Talk USA. You can keep your phone, you can keep your number. They have great customer service. And listen again, let me repeat, unlimited talk, unlimited text, and a gig of data for $20 a month. Why wouldn't you make the switch to Pure Talk USA? Dial pound 250 from your phone and say Mike Gallagher when prompted. Dial pound 250 and say Mike Gallagher for Pure Talk USA.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I haven't gotten a cold in 2.5 years. My wife can't argue with my track record because she's seen me not get sick. My daughter got sick over Christmas. My wife got it about 3 days after she left. I went through both of them, didn't get sick. I tell people I like to think my immune system is armored up and I'm able to repel these simple, stupid colds. And if it isn't that, then what is it? Because I'd get at least a couple colds a year. And what has changed in the last 2.5 years? The only thing I can think of is I'm taking my fruits and vegetables, the balance of nature.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com, and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code Mike G.
Mike Gallagher.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience of just pulling open a bag of
formulated, extruded, processed cereal bits that cost a ton of money anyways?
How do you feed your dog to derive not only energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude?
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
I found his raw meat diet on Dynovite.com. With just the raw meat and the eggs and the Dynovite and the Super Omega on top of it.
Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Ground beef, white rice, eggs, including the shells, and the Dynovite supplement, and then a Lico Chop.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
It just balances out his body and his mind and his spirit.
Adding Dynovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
Their skin is so much better now that they're on the raw diet. I don't even give them the kibble anymore.
DINOVITE.com.